Exploratory data analysis. One of the most crucial steps in any data project where you truly begin to understand your data set and answer some of those initial questions that you might have. My name is Gabe, and I'm going to be walking you through this essential workflow inside of Hex. All right, so I've imported some venue data from a Snowflake warehouse, giving us our first glimpse at this data set. Right away, the SQL cell is giving us a lot of free information, like the number of rows and the column data types. But to really understand what we're working with, we're going to look deeper at the actual values. By describing the data, I can better understand the averages, the spread of the values, and any potential issues such as outliers. Speaking of which, the visit duration column is raising a lot of red flags for me. While the average visit time is around 38 minutes, we're seeing a standard deviation of 99 minutes. And this is suggesting negative time values, which violates a lot of physical laws. On top of that, our maximum visit duration is around 2,600 minutes, which is just under 2 full days. Whilst it's possible, it's highly unlikely. And this box plot further confirms my suspicion, revealing some outliers that need addressing. To handle some of these anomalies, I'll implement a function using the IQR method, and this will help us identify and manage these extreme values more systematically. With our data now free of outliers, we have a more reliable data set for our analysis. Let's do some visual exploration using Hex's native chart cells. One interesting relationship to explore is the potential correlation between humidity and visit duration. Now, the scatter plot isn't really showing much indication of a strong relationship, but just to be sure, let's calculate the correlation coefficient for a more precise measurement. Now, throwing this into a single value cell, we're seeing a correlation coefficient of around 0.016, which I think it's safe to say that there isn't a very strong relationship between visit times and humidity. Now, as my last question, I want to know which popular venues people stay at the longest, but I kind of want this part to be interactive. This code identifies venues with the most visits in a given city, and then it returns the top N venues based on this limit parameter. Then I can filter my dataset to only return data based on these most popular venues. Now, in a chart cell, we can visualize these top N most popular venues and see which ones have the highest visit duration. Now, in the published version of this analysis, we can interact with the section to see how this chart changes per city. For example, right now we're looking at the top 5 most popular venues for Denver, but what if I want to change this to, say, San Francisco, for example? Now we can see that we have different sets of restaurants. It looks like the most popular one is your friendly neighborhood parks cafes, which is somewhere that I've never been before. But let's go ahead and try this for somewhere else, like maybe Maplewood. And we can see one of the most popular venues are Dairy Queen, pretty fire. They got some, honestly, Dairy Queen got fire fries, I'm not gonna lie to you. And you can see as we change the slider, we'll get different restaurants, or we'll get different venues showing up at the bottom of this app here. And there you have it, a full EDA workflow in Hex, and you can go even deeper or more shallow if you want. The choice is fully up to you. I hope you've enjoyed and found this video helpful, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. Peace.